Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This is a special event tonight. This is our MWR Financial Wednesday Night Live. Listen, we've got two great speakers, a lot of information to cover tonight. Guys, with this minute or so you've got left, send out those last minute texts, make those last minute phone calls. You do not want your team to miss this event tonight. A lot of information to cover, a lot of changes, a lot of things happening in a very good way for all of us that are part of this platform. My name is Gerald W. Parker. I'm your host this evening, and I'm glad to be a part of this opportunity with you. Listen, this is the chance of a lifetime to be a part of MWR Financial now. We're winning. We're turning the financial service industry on its head, ladies and gentlemen. We're ahead of the game. We are part of the solution to the problem that most people in this country struggle with, which is finances. We bring the solution to the table. I want to welcome everybody who's joining the platform tonight. As I see Miss Sheila Mack, welcome Charlotte, North Carolina. Guys, who else is out there? Who's joining the platform? Let's load up and get this party started. There we go. Miss Mack, welcome to the platform. All right, Paul, welcome, sir. Virginia, all right, is in the house from Connecticut. Paul again from New Jersey. Guys, who else is on the platform tonight? Atlanta, Georgia, greetings. All right, Kia, way to go. Welcome to the platform. All right, Miss Santos, Houston, Texas, welcome to the platform. Daryl Banks, Raleigh, North Carolina, always a pleasure to see you, sir. Mr. Cooper, New York, welcome to the platform, sir. Guys, Miss Harris, welcome. Suffolk, Virginia, welcome to the platform. Guys, we're loading up. Phoenix, Arizona, Miss Lynn Gibbs, welcome to the platform. Mr. Baker, Somerville, South Carolina, welcome to the platform, sir. Guys, we're going for it tonight. That's my friend Don Wilson, Chicago, Illinois. Guys, welcome to the platform. Mr. Epps, Las Vegas, we're coming to see you, sir. We'll be there shortly. Guys, who else is out there? Welcome. Xavier, hello. All right, New York City, welcome to the platform. All right, Tina, welcome to the platform from Michigan. Welcome to the platform. Who else is out there, guys? Let's get it in. This platform is filling up quickly. Miss Thomas, welcome. Colorado Springs, welcome to the platform. We've got Lancaster, Pennsylvania in the house. Welcome to the platform. Here we go. All right, Miss Ramos, Seattle, Washington, welcome to the platform. Miss Bell, Clarksville, Tennessee. Guys, come on. We're covering 50 states tonight. That's my friend Kevin, Miami, Florida. Welcome, my friend. Guys, who else is out there? Boulder, Colorado. Miss Power, welcome to the platform. Who else is there? Cincinnati, Ohio. Tony, welcome to the platform. Guys, we're loading this thing up. Cleveland, Mississippi, Ashley, welcome to the platform. Way to go. Who else is out there? Miss Lovey Sullivan, Tampa, Florida. Always a pleasure to see you, ma'am. Guys, give me a few more before we transition over. Yolanda out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome to the platform. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Cecilia, our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Guys, give me a couple more. Hey, Stu, Los Angeles. Welcome to the platform. God, everybody's showing up for this. Mr. Fleet, welcome to the platform. Always a pleasure to see you out of Louisiana. Guys, once again, listen, thank you so much for being a part of this special Wednesday night platform tonight. This doesn't happen often. And you know the two speakers that I'll be bringing to the platform here, when you see these two guys on the platform, you know something very good is happening. There's a lot of good news to share. There's been a lot of incredible growth with MWR Financial. You are in the right place at the right time. So without further ado, let me bring to the platform our speaker for tonight. The first gentleman that I'm going to introduce, you've seen him before, you've heard from him before. This guy's the most powerful individual that I know personally. He's not only my business partner, but I get a chance to call him my friend. And what he's brought to this industry and to the table as it relates to MWR Financial, this vision that he shared with us, what he's implemented has changed the lives of tens of thousands of people across this country and continue to. I've never met a man, I say this with all sincerity, that has such compassion for the average everyday person. My life will never be the same again as a result of my relationship with him. This gentleman saw something in me 17 years ago, embraced me and poured into me, man, like never before. And I'm telling you, I'm winning on a level that I can only dream of. But here's the best part. You have the same opportunity because of this same platform, because this same gentleman and this vision that he brings to the table. Listen, he's built 4 multi-million-dollar companies, so he knows how to do this. And he's going to give you and I a chance to partner with him in this endeavor so that we can make a real difference. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome to the platform the CEO and founder of MWR Financial, Mr. Brian T. House. Welcome, sir.
Hey, buddy. How are you, Gerald?
If it gets any better, I won't be able to stand it. Get excited or stay broke forever, my friend. If there was ever a chance for us to win, this is it, Brian House. This is absolutely it. Hey, I know you got a lot to cover tonight, a lot of updates and a lot of adjustments, things that are going on, a lot of announcements that you and Mr. Tolson have to make. But before you get to that, I just want to say kudos to all of the people who have made a decision to plant their flag here. I want to celebrate all of those people. I want to thank you for your vision, for bringing this opportunity to us. But what I've seen happen in less than 90 days is some growth that just, my head is still spinning. how do you double the size of a company in that short of a period, and in the process create 4, 5, 6 figure earners in that short 90-day period? I'm talking people that joined 90 days ago, Mr. House, are now receiving 4, 5, and 6 figure incomes from this opportunity, not to mention those who have already qualified for the $1 Million Residual Club ring, which they'll be receiving here shortly in Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, this is the most incredible thing that I've ever seen. I've seen growth, but I've never seen growth like this.
Yeah, Gerald, no, I agree with you. Listen, you know my background in not only in developing businesses, but also my background in network marketing. And we've seen some phenomenal growth. Even in my past organization in a practice company, we put 28,000 members in that organization in about a 2.5-year period of time, thanks to the help of our president, Indamo Tolson, and some other great leaders that were on our team. But I've not ever seen anything like this. And for us to be right at a 3-year-old company from our official launch, a 3-year-old company, August of 2019 is when we did our official launch, and to have as much growth in 90 days as from the time we made our announcements and on April 23rd and 24th in Atlanta, Georgia, with all of our enhancements and everything, to be able to see the company. And guys, listen, when we say double the size of the company, we're still a baby in this industry. I want you to understand that. It wasn't like we put in 25,000 people, okay? But we were able to double the size of the company that we had, and we already had a phenomenal base, great leadership, already had 7 millionaire residual income earners with as small of a company as we were, because it doesn't take thousands of people in your organizations to be able to create that type of residual income. But to see that type of growth, Gerald, with the base that we had in place on April 23rd compared to what we have right now is nothing short of phenomenal. And I want to give it up to everybody out there. I can tell you, you guys have done an absolutely unbelievable job. MWR Financial is quickly becoming what we want to see it become, which is a household name. And it's no longer a secret in the network marketing industry or the financial solutions industry. And what I'm really excited about is not just have we increased massively, but it's the number of rank advancements that I'm seeing that have happened. And you guys are getting ready to see that too. I think on our last live, I was telling you that I had our IT staff, in addition to some other things they were working on, I had them actually putting together a rank advancement report for us. Because believe it or not, after we made our announcements in April, we realized once all this growth was happening, we were like, oops, we can't go off of our old rank report anymore. So we had to do a whole new rank advancement report that was detailed, that showed the date and the time and everything that somebody advanced to the next rank and when they hit their next rank. But we've got people, Gerald, jumping from 1 rank, 2 ranks, 3 ranks, 4 ranks, 5 ranks, not in months. I'm talking about in less than 30 days. In less than 30 days, people are going from just a qualified financial director to 4-star and 5-star executive directors. And we just had another regional. We just had our youngest female regional director that promoted the other day. Ijaya Huang just knocked it out of the park. And I can't remember the exact time frame, but it was a record. But 27 years old, Gerald, 27 years old. Don't you wish you knew what she knew at 27, Gerald?
Impressive. But listen, you talk about these rank advancements, right? And we're not talking just a handful of people, Mr. House. You're talking hundreds of people.
Hundreds.
That have been able to do this.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute, because we've obviously got a big event coming up September 17th and 18th. We're going to talk to you guys about some solutions, the economy. Hey, things are tight out there. I just got started with MWR Financial. How am I going to get there? I don't have all this extra money. Guys, we're going to give you some answers. We're going to give you some solutions, because I'm going to tell you, you don't want to miss this event. You just don't want to miss it, especially those of you that have ranked up. You definitely want to be there. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But we've got some big announcements that we need to go over. Actually, just some updates for people. And I've got one announcement, and we'll cover that in just a second. But Gerald, hang in here with us, okay? I'm not going to let you go because you might be able to add some feedback here in just a second. But what I do want to do is I want to bring up our partner here, and that is Mr. Indamo Tolson, the president of Field and Leadership Development for MWR Financial. So, guys, do me a favor.
Mr. House, I've got a quick question for Indamo before he gets started. And welcome to the platform, sir.
Yeah, okay.
So here's a quick one, and I won't hold you up on this, but I've heard you speak of companies within this space, within this industry, kind of growing in phases. All right. So now help me understand where we are as it relates to these phases. Are we near that momentum phase yet? Have we crossed that threshold? I mean, so it's sure feeling like it. Brian, you mentioned earlier about people waking up. It's no longer a secret anymore. I've always said the only reason everybody in America was not a part of MWR Financial is because they never heard of it. But it seems to me that America has awoken to realize who we are, and they're running to this, man.
Hey, and Dom, you're on mute.
There you go. Okay, sorry about that.
Right.
Gerald, there's actually 4 phases of growth when it comes to a network marketing company. And I'm here to tell you and let everyone else know that we are in phase 1. We're not even in the momentum phase yet. We're in phase 1. So this is just the beginning. In fact, I can make this blanket statement. I'm not looking at a report in front of me, so I can't tell you the exact number in each state, but there is not one state in the United States that has more than 1,000 MWR members representing that state. There are still several states that have less than 100. So if you ever said to yourself, I want to get into something that's real, something that I can really sink my teeth in, and I want to be there early, if I could just get in the beginning, this is that moment. This is the beginning. So we are right there at the very, very beginning of something extraordinary. In fact, I believe it's going to be the greatest wealth wave that people have ever seen. We are catching one of those companies where it's rare that you're able to do when you catch lightning in a bottle. That is a very rare set of circumstances, but those have all come together because we're the first, we're the best, and we're the only company that do what we do, how we do it, and no one else has ever done that. And we have a compensation plan that matches that first, best, and only. So when you have all of those things combined together, you have caught what they've said, lightning in a bottle, and you can change your life dramatically. And I think that's why you hear about Mr. House talking about people that are setting records and going from zero to even, we've had someone go from 0 to 6 figures in 30 days, a 6-figure income in 30 days. It's unheard of, but that's what's happening here at MWR.
Woo. Impressive, my friend. I mean, you talk about 6 figures in 30 days, and most people spend 40 years on a job and may not even get to 6 figures.
Right. No, absolutely. So you're only saying, really, to put that in perspective, Gerald, only 24% of people in America make 6 figures a year. So, and that 6 figures goes from 100,000 to 900,000, only 24%. So you start putting that into perspective and you go, wow, that's very, very impressive.
Freedom!
Well, you know what excites me the most about that is that I don't, and guys, I'm not doing a presentation tonight, but what I will tell you is I don't know of a comp plan out there with fewer than 500 people with our price points that you can create a 6-figure residual income.
Yes.
I don't know of a comp plan. And we designed it that way specifically because we wanted to make it to where somebody that wasn't a professional network marketer, somebody that didn't already have a huge following, that over time, if they just consistently built their business, that they could get there. And we're seeing it happen. We're seeing it come to fruition. And there's nothing that excites me more than being able to pay out the amount of money that we are paying out, because not only did our rep base increase by double, but so did our commissions, and even more than double compared to what we were doing in April, and compared to what we're doing now. We're almost triple what we were paying in commissions because of the enhancements that we made to the compensation plan. And that's one thing I want to cover real quick, Dom, is let's talk about the adjustments that we made, why we made those adjustments in regards to our momentum bonuses and the way our daily guarantee pays out. We need to cover that real quick because I want to make sure everybody is aware. I know most of you probably are if you're plugged into your upline leadership, and Damo and myself. Gerald was on there because he sits on our leadership council as well. But we had a leadership council meeting about 2 weeks ago, right at about 2 weeks ago. And all the leadership council said, hey, let us explain it to our teams first, and then you can roll it out, and we'll make sure everybody kind of has a good understanding of what's going on. So now it's time for us to share it with everybody. We want to make sure you all know what we did and why we did it. First of all, we had to make an adjustment to our daily guarantee. Daily guarantee, if you were making $5, $20, $40 a day, $80 a day, up to $140 a day, you could get paid out daily, which first of all didn't make any sense at all. Because if you were making $5 or $20 a day, our processor charges a $1.95 fee every time we transfer a payment. So if you were making $5 and we had a $1.95 charge on it and you wanted to be paid daily, or $20, literally, guys, you were eating up $60 a month in fees. So you should have selected weekly, okay? But some of you selected daily, all right? So that was one challenge. But what we did is we set a minimum before it pays out on our daily guarantee. So now when you're earning $5, $20, $40, whatever it is, once you accumulate up to $140, okay, it will then pay out. If you're already at $140 per day, it will pay, and you selected daily as your frequency, it will pay out daily, okay? If you're under $140 a day, maybe at $80 a day, every 2 days, it will pay out, okay? And so I wanted you to realize that if you're set to daily frequency. Now, if you're set to weekly frequency, we had some questions about this because of last week when we had implemented this and put it into place. Some people were like, well, okay, they told me when I hit $140, I was going to be paid out. Well, if you were selected daily, you would have been paid out. But some of you were still selecting or had frequency as weekly. And so you hit it on Monday, your $140 total, or Saturday or Sunday or whatever it was. And then when you hit it, it didn't pay out till Friday. All weekly payments pay out on Friday. We have one payday a week on weekly, and that's on Friday. Okay. So if you hit it on Monday, it doesn't actually pay out till Friday. Okay, now that will catch up with itself, but I want you to understand that. If you want it to pay out immediately when it hits the 140, okay, minimum, go set your frequency in your back office for commissions to daily. Excuse me, guys. I need a drink of water. But and so that's how all of that works. Did I miss anything on that?
No, you got that. No, you hit that right on.
Perfect. Now, the other thing we did is that our momentum bonuses were supposed to pay out originally. They're supposed to pay out based on our compensation plan, 50% when you hit your momentum bonus and the other 50% on your second billing. Well, after our announcement on April 23rd, we went ahead and said, and we did a momentum bonus reset. We went ahead and just decided we're going to go ahead and pay these out all at once, okay? Well, it's now set back to 50 and 50. So you get 50% when you hit your momentum bonus, and you get the other 50% on the second billing. Now, we didn't do that because we wanted to, okay? we did that, and we made this adjustment on the daily guarantee. One, because it makes sense. We don't want people getting gouged with fees and then complaining that $60 came out of their $150 that they earned on their $5 a day, which we had a few of those. But the main reason we made this adjustment was because we had some people that did some very unscrupulous things. Let's just put it that way. They tried to game our system. Because we're paying everything daily, we had people that were getting in that we didn't know who they were, that would go and hit their 30-day momentum bonus, their 60-day momentum bonus, their 90-day momentum bonus, and then they would get all that money. They would wait until the end of they were doing it very quickly, and we're not talking a boatload of people, but we realized it was a challenge, okay? And then they would get all this money paid up front, and then they charge us back, okay? And which is a big no-no. And so we're pursuing some of these people that have done this, and they're very hard to find, because what we also realized is that we had people that were hitting our system from countries like Nigeria and India, and not that those are bad countries. I don't mean that in a bad way. But that have no business looking at our program because they can't do business in those countries, okay? And so much so that it was eating up terabytes of data in our system. Many of you that have been here for a little while, before we did this over the last 2 weeks, you probably realized when you went to our site, it seemed a little slow. That was why. We had people that were, I don't know what, hackers or whatever you want to call them, that were trying, and we have a very secure system, guys. We're in the financial industry. So just understand your information is very well protected. It's encrypted. So we follow all the guidelines we have to for protecting your information. And we even have went above and beyond that in some cases because of the nature of what we do. But at the same time, these people did this, and so bad that in one instance, we lost $39,000. Okay, $39,000. Now, we're doing very well as a company, but I can tell you, we don't need to be losing $39,000, period, because somebody scammed our system and or gamed our system, and we weren't able to catch it. So as a deterrent, we said, okay, we're not going to let them get that $5 or $20, those little payments that they were hitting right off the bat, even though that may be significant to some of you. $20 a day is significant money, okay? But we also didn't want to make it easy for them to get all of that money and then do something like that before we could catch the problem. And so in addition to that, we also implemented a program called Cloudflare, which you're going to end up seeing, and we ate it, just so you know. We ate the $39,000. We didn't charge you guys or the upline leadership back. We ate the money. We ate it. Because to me, I felt like it was our fault because we set it up in a way that allowed it to happen. So we're going to correct it, and we're going to take the loss. We took the loss. You didn't have to, or whoever, the people that it affected, it didn't have to. Okay. And I know they were very grateful about that. But at the same time, this is why we did what we did. We never take money out of it, the compensation plan. We weren't taking money away from you. We weren't delaying payment, intentionally. We did it because it was a necessity to protect the company, protect the opportunity for each one of you, and make sure that we allowed ourselves time to be able to monitor, to be able to check and make sure if something like that ever occurs again, that we catch it before they get us. Okay. And so that's what we did. But we implemented Cloudflare too, which speeded up our site. It allowed us to eliminate a ton of countries that have no business looking at our program. And we've cut down on data usage a ton. I know that all sounds like technical stuff to some of you, and it does to me too. I'm not an IT guy. I'm just relaying what they're telling me that they did. But I'm excited about it. So even though, we have to make an adjustment like that, there's always something good that comes out of it. I look at it like we save people fees that they shouldn't be paying. We sped up our system. We increased our security. We made this opportunity more secure for all of you guys. And I think all of that was a great thing. So that we definitely wanted to cover with you guys so you knew exactly what was going on. And like I said, if you want to get paid when it hits 140, go switch your frequency under commissions to daily. If you want to get paid when weekly, just understand if you hit it on Monday or Tuesday or Saturday, then it's going to end up paying out the following Friday because it only pays out every Friday. Okay. So, Dom, did I miss anything? Gerald?
No, you covered it.
Okay. That was a lot. That was a lot to go through.
A lot to cover, but I think you got it all, sir.
Yeah, well, good. And I'm excited about it because now that most people understand it, they love it. They're glad it happened. Thanks. You saved me money. I'm not wasting those fees. So it was all good stuff. But
well, you've also just helped me and everyone else basically protect our future.
Yes.
Sure.
That's the key.
We always have to protect the goose that lays the golden egg. Yeah. And so that's exactly what we did. And things like this come up. We just got to do what we got to do sometimes. But again, we didn't do anything that took money away or hurt the field. We did things to protect it. So, but
well, I think also, Brian, what happened is that prior to this growth, we were sort of operating under the radar, would you say? Mm-hmm. And then now that we've got all this activity, I mean, the world is waking up to figure out who we are and see MWR Financial and all the folks that are flocking to it with this growth. Now all eyes are on us.
Well, and the thing about it is, Gerald, it's not, the marketing we do individually. It's the online marketing.
Right.
There's so much online. So many people are sharing stuff online and Facebook and social media and all these things that it opens up the eyes of some people. We get the good and the bad, so we got to block out the bad, make sure we deal with them and make it to where everybody that's on the good side gets to participate. So right. That's what we did. But there's something else too, Dom, that I got to bring up too, because we had a great call today with Tammy Stroud, who heads up and takes care of our Lower My Bills program, which is also known as Bill Shredder to most of you. But they just implemented something, and some of you are already participating in it because you check your services and the enhancements and things like that happen. But we announced back in April that one of the things they were getting ready to add was the ability to negotiate insurance
rates, right? Insurance premiums.
Your insurance premiums. And they do it. Now, pay close attention here. They can negotiate your insurance rates on your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance, your renter's insurance, umbrella insurance. I'm not sure, they might be able to do more, but I know those four.
Those four, right.
Okay. And they're having phenomenal results with the people that they are working with already. But here's what I do know. There are thousands and thousands of you that have already submitted your bills, got them negotiated, and probably never went back and looked at that program again. Okay. That's a mistake, because there are always enhancements being made to our products and services, or our services. And so you want to check back every once in a while. You definitely want to pay attention to this stuff in your upline leadership. But what I will tell you is that if you haven't went and submitted your insurance bills for them to be able to negotiate you a lower premium, you need to go do it. Okay? Because like I said, they're getting great results. And that's just even, I know, Jared, that's more savings on top of what we already do. What are you going to say, Gerald?
Listen, my auto insurance went from $225 a month to $141. Boom. I mean, seriously, it's crazy. Same coverage, no adjustments, no change, same company.
I should have known you, but I should have known you would have already submitted.
He would already submitted it, right? So that's about $80, Gerald, that you're saving a month. That's another.
That's
$80.
what I'm talking about. Yes, sir.
I love it. I love
Another
it.
$80 that you can now put away to have it grow for you, as opposed to you having to pay that. That's huge.
Hey, offset your membership cost.
Right.
Offset the cost of your business. You know, I was talking to somebody today, and I'm going to bring this up too, Dom. We had some great discussions today with some leadership. And one of the things that, you know, we were talking about is I see so many people right now, especially that have maybe came from practice companies or things like that, to where they're so focused on customers. And we want customers. We love customers. Okay. They're the lifeblood of our business, believe me. But I will tell you, guys, there is nothing better than getting 3 qualified financial directors and 1 outside customer. Okay. I'm just going to mention that. I'm going to mention it. Okay. Because the advantages of our program, the initial results that people can get, we have 100 million W-2 employees out there right now that are overpaying on their taxes. They don't own a home-based business. They can't take those deductions. And when they plug into our program and they end up getting those tax write-offs on their cell phone and their mileage and expenses that are personal expenses that are now turned into legitimate home-based business deductions, all right. And don't worry about the 87,000 IRS agents that are being hired. There's a reason why we have enrolled agents that help you with this, why we have licensed experts that do this for you, CPAs that do this for you, tax professionals that do this for you. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. Doesn't mean you're not going to get audited. We can all get audited. But if you do it the right way, you don't have to worry about suffering from an audit. Correct. And that's why we allow you to track those expenses correctly. I wanted to bring that up, but I also wanted to bring up the importance of, if you show people everything MWR Financial has to offer and they get involved with the business side and they start getting those deductions alone can eliminate the cost of their business and their membership, whether they ever enrolled a soul in MWR Financial. But there's also one more thing that's exciting about that, which gives us the highest retention rate I've ever seen in this industry. If they give up their MWR Financial business and access to those experts and access to that tracking, they now put themselves into a position to where they go back to paying those taxes. They also put themselves into a position to where if they keep trying to take those deductions, they're now out of compliance. Okay? We want them to be able to do it the right way. That is a huge retention factor for your business. And bill shredder or lower my bills and restore my credit and eliminate my debts and all of these things, make my money grow with MWR Passport. All of those are on top of that. Okay. Putting more and more money back into people's pockets than what it costs. And we're the only business I know of that in an economy where people are suffering, we're putting more money back into people's pockets than what it costs them to be in business and have access to a whole team of experts.
Right. 100%.
The only company. And that's why we're growing, guys. That's why we're growing, because that message is getting out there. It's resonating right now. And that's what's creating all of these rank advancements that you see happening, all this growth that's happening, all this money that's being paid out in compensation. And it's also another reason, with all of that happening, why you definitely don't want to miss Vegas. You don't want to miss Vegas. Dom, we talked about it today. And we've talked to several leaders and several of your alls on the Leadership Council and Everplace Sales. They have made commitments for what they're going to have as far as team commitments. Now, I know, Dom, when I was building, one of my biggest litmus tests with my organization, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to be very blunt about it, guys. The biggest litmus test I had was whether somebody was at the major events.
Right.
Because I knew if I was going to invest, because my organization didn't work for me. They didn't work for you, Dom. They didn't work for you, Gerald. We worked for them. We worked for them. And if we work for them, I want to know who I'm investing my time and energy into. And I want to know who's committed. I want to know who is going to do whatever it takes to flat out win, who's willing to make the sacrifice if that's what has to be done. Okay. Who's willing not to eat out, 4 times this week and pack their lunch so that they can make it to an event so they can become who they want to be and have the life that they've always dreamed of. That's the guy or the gal that I'm going to work with. That's who I want to spend my time and energy with. And I can assure you, your leadership feels exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. Doesn't mean they're not going to help you. Okay. But I can tell you that level of commitment makes me that much more committed to those that are on my team. That level of commitment shows me that if they're willing to do that right now, while I know they're not making thousands of dollars in this program, and I know that they're putting in that type of effort to better themselves, I'm going to give them 110%.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to help them figure out ways to make the sacrifices or do the things that are necessary if finances are an issue when it comes to getting them to the event. I can tell you, some of you may not be able to stay at the Mirage. You may not have that type of money right this second. Okay. Get your ticket. And there are 15 hotels around there that you can stay at that are anywhere between what, Dom? 75 to 150, 200 bucks?
To like to 225. We have 15 hotels that are between $100 to $225 a night. So 15 of them.
So you don't have to pay the Mirage price.
Right.
Okay. And some of these hotels, I think, have shuttles, don't they, too, Dom?
Right. Some of them you can get shuttles, but it's all within a mile. These 15 hotels are all within 1 mile of the event of the Mirage. So we didn't pick hotels that were way off site. They were really close. And Brian, you said something too that is really critical, because people that go to events and it's always the leaders are always there, and it's amazing. If you want to be in a business where you can get paid extremely well to copy when you copy the right cat. And the right cats are always convening in the same place together. They're always at the events. They always make things happen. That is why it's so important to be there. But here's something that I learned real quickly, Brian. And I just do a quick little story. And Gerald, you'll appreciate this. I was in a company where I joined the company in 1 month, and the very next month they had a big event. Had not made a lot of money, didn't have a lot of money, and they were in Las Vegas as well, but they were at the Venetian, much more expensive than the Mirage. And so we were like, oh man, there's no way, but we were going to stay there. So I only had 6 people in my organization, and I convinced them all the importance of being at this event. And so we had 7 guys, myself included, in a room. That's what happened. We split it 7 ways to keep the cost down. Now, here's what blew my mind. And this is when I learned this. I always remembered it, and it changed my whole trajectory in my building era. At the last night of the event, everybody's fired up. They're excited. We're all so happy of being there and all this and that and that. And then we were sitting around, and I said, tell me the one thing. I know there's a lot of things that happen, but what's the one thing that made a difference for you and why you're so committed to go build this business? So everybody was going around saying things. Do you realize, Brian, there were 2 people that said something that I thought, really? It didn't impact me whatsoever. And right then and there, I had an aha moment, because I realized I would have never told them what they said that would have impacted them, because it didn't do it to me. And it impacted them greatly. You could tell the passion they were talking about it and everything. And I was like, really? Okay. So I knew that I could never transfer that information. I could come back, tell everybody what I saw, what it was for me, and I could never transfer that information. Then later that year, I learned that people do not have a change in their life. So many of us are in this business right now because we want to change our family. We want to change our zip code. We want to have an impact and leave a legacy. We want to create wealth. We want those initials MWR to be real for us. So that's why we're here. But you cannot experience change until you have a significant emotional experience. before you experience the kind of change that causes you to go put in the work to get there. And that can't happen. So in other words, I can tell Gerald this is what happened, and I can be excited trying to tell Gerald what happened at the event. But because he doesn't have that significant emotional experience of his own accord, he doesn't get it the same way. So I can't do that for someone. So they have to be there to do that. The other thing that I learned was this: you could be the power of one. Just one, the only person in your organization. You got all these people, but you're part of that team or that organization, and all of a sudden your one becomes a complete team. So when you use that to document and to market your business, you can show all of these people. Some of these team leaders are going to have all kind of hardware, all kind of people are going to be recognized. There will be hundreds of people being recognized. So you can then literally show all this recognition. You're just getting started. It's just you showing all this recognition. You're with all the great leaders. You're showing the examples of what's happening, the people that are having success in the business. You're in all of those pictures. You're taking pictures with the top leaders, and now you're able to market yourself to all those that said, you can't do it. Man, that doesn't work. Man, please, what are you doing now? All those naysayers, all those people who are leading quiet lives of desperation, they want something to be real. They will hope something to be real, but they stuck their head out before their neck out, and they got chopped off, or they got disappointed, or something let them down. So they don't want to, they almost like, I don't want to come out and play again unless it's really real. Well, this is your chance to let them know how real it is, because you're there with these people. Even if you were just getting started, you are there, and then you're going to see why people are so committed to building MWR. When you hear the stories of financial transformations, it's going to blow your mind. When you see the tears of people who thought they had no way out before, and they found out that with experts, and that they use the experts the same way rich and wealthy people use experts, they have a new life. When they see that, you're talking to people who literally have, in a couple of years, because it doesn't happen overnight, but within a couple of years of just letting the experts work with them and building their business and creating additional income to allow them to accelerate their goals, now they're completely debt-free. 100% debt free. They're buying land. They're buying acres. They're sitting in places where they are completely debt free, building their dream homes. They're doing all kinds of incredible things. Our number one income earner, who has 20 acres, that he's doing some amazing things on that property, and it's a great testament to show you what's possible and the kind of income streams he's building from just having the property in an exclusive neighborhood of Atlanta. So that's Mr. Brian M. Bean. So there's so many people that you're going to be able to meet there. You're going to be able to hear these stories. And if you want to know how I built my businesses, it was always through the stories I heard at the big events. Because I was able to see them and feel it. And I would go up and talk to them because they were there. So I could shake their hand. I could take a picture with them. I could ask them, and they could tell me maybe a little sidebar thing of what happened, and I got it connected even more. Or I could tell the people I connected with most, wow, this happened. And so now when I'm coming back, I'm on fire. You can't stop me. Yep. So that's how you build your business. That's why you see I get excited about it, because I know what it did for me, and it could do for so many, but you have to stretch. Those that some of you, I know it's going to be a stretch. I know it's going to be challenging. I know it's not easy. I can tell you stories. I'm not going to do it here, of people that came that you would be amazed at what happened to them in a year, and then 2 years later they're making over $500,000 a year because they went out and stretched like no one could even imagine to get to that point. So this is an event you do not want to miss. I will tell you that. I truly believe this, Brian. People are going to look back, and this event is going to be one of those events that kind of kicked off the golden era of MWR. And what I mean by that is where the initial millionaires came from. Those residual $1 million incomes came from. They're going to see that a large percentage of them were at this event. That's how important it is.
I'm going to tell you this, Tom. I got to piggyback on something you said, and it's driving me nuts. But you said leaders show up at the events. I'm going to tell you future leaders show up at the events.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to be a leader to show up at the event. But if you want to be a leader, you have to show up at the events. Right. And it's just the way it works. And guys, again, we don't make a dime off events. This company does not make it will cost us money to put on especially in Vegas. Okay. If we were doing it at the Sheraton in Atlanta, it wouldn't be no big deal, but when it comes to Vegas and what we're doing there, we're not going to make any money. And I'm not worried about that, because what will happen, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Guys, you all have such a small, and I don't mean to make it sound insignificant, such a small investment in what you do here at MWR Financial when it comes to your business and your membership. It's $149.97 a month. Now, I'm not downplaying that, because if you're struggling financially, I get it. But and you'll hear my story. I've struggled financially. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Okay. I've worked for everything I've ever had. But I will tell you this: when I look at the amount you have invested in this business and the fact that you can get that money back just through utilizing our services, okay, and recoup that, this part right here is the big investment in yourself.
Right.
That's what it is. This is the big investment in yourself. You are worth the money. I'm just telling you, you're worth the money to be at this event. You're worth whatever barbed wire and broken glass you've got to crawl through in order to get there. It's worth it, guys. It's worth it. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't know that, if I haven't seen 30 years of impact that events have had on people's lives. And I'm going to tell you, you may go to the event and you may not get that one thing that you were looking for. Okay. But I'll tell you what you did do. Okay. You may not hear that one little thing that you were looking for, but I'll tell you what you did do. You made an investment in yourself, and that investment caused you to now be committed to your business, which then caused you to act, because you ended up putting money into something that you didn't have the money to spend. And now it makes it worth learning how to do what you need to do in order to get to the next level. It will happen that way. Guys, I am so invested in this company. Why? Because before there was even one director, look at the hundreds of thousands of dollars that was spent that you don't have to spend. And you can make the same money I make. You can make the same money and more than I make with this compensation plan, because my income here is capped. It's capped. As the company does better, you guys do better. I can never make more than the top income earner in our compensation plans, or the top pay level of our compensation plan. I can't make more than that. So if I want to make more, that means I have to pay the field more. It's the only way it works.
Yeah, great way.
That is absolutely fair. All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, Martina had up, real quickly, Martina had up the, thank you, Martina. She had up the registration page. So you go to makewealthrealevents.com, and I know Martina will put that down there, and you see it there to register for the event. In fact, I think when is the price going up, Brian? Is it the 21st or 22nd it's going up?
It's supposed to be the 22nd.
22nd, the price is going up. So you want to get it done. Don't pay extra. Just get it done now. The other thing that happens is, Martina, if you scroll down so they can see where, and that way I can show them where they are. For those that have recognition, they know they've been doing some things. They've ranked up. Even if you went from you became ED and you've been to 2-star ED, you're going to get information. That place right there where you see the cursor moving around and it's grayed out, that's where you want to click here to get to and show them the next page, Martina, because you want to click there and you're going to see the page to input all of the information about you and about your recognition and your success here. So you'll just answer those questions. You'll input that information. You'll see some areas where it says upload the file. When your photo, for documentation of the services that you use, showing the results that you were here first and now you're here. So the real changes. Some of those, sometimes it won't take all the files you want to upload. So if you need to upload additional information, complete this form. And by the way, if you do not complete this form, you will not be recognized, even if you earned it, because we need this form to be able to attach to you to be able to make that happen. I know many of you are waiting because you're waiting for your rank advancements, you know, to the last time, because we know the cutoff day is August 21st. So we're talking about 4 days from now. But to go on and fill the forms out now, because we'll know what the rank advancements are. So if you can always come back and adjust it, but we'll know your rank advancement. So go on and do that. Everything else, just kind of put the information in there, because we'll need to know shirt sizes, ring sizes for some of you. We need to know that information right away. And so because it takes some lead time to get these awards done and gotten out to you or out to our Vegas event. So make sure you get that done and you handle those things. So again, we are so excited. We have some special things that are in store for you at that event. You are not going to like it. You're going to love it, and you're going to take your business to the next level. So we know we'll see you there. And we just, man, I'm super excited about what's going on and what's coming, Brian. Whoo, if they only knew.
I know. I'm excited too. Gerald, you got anything you want to add before we get off here, buddy?
It's just going to be an exciting time. You know, you guys talked about the commitment required and it absolutely being worth it. No question, it is worth it. And here's what you're going to get. You're going to have a chance to meet like-minded people. You'll be around dreamers, people that have vision, that believe what you believe, but you're going to meet people from the same walk of life that you're from. You're going to meet people from the same profession that you're from. I'm telling you, this is the place to be. And you get a chance to meet all those who have had tremendous amount of success. You're shaking their hands. You're taking pictures with them. That stuff rubs off in Don Motos, and it rubs off. I'm telling you, you leave that place on fire. It's worth it. Whatever it takes, whatever sacrifice is required, it's absolutely working. Brian, I think if we take the approach that you suggested, that you make an investment in yourself. Right. Aren't you worth it? Absolutely. You mean to tell me I can put myself in a room with all these people, get all of this knowledge? I mean, get myself exposed to how to really grow this business. We haven't even talked about the training that you're going to receive. You walk out of Las Vegas. I mean, you got this thing down to a science. You know exactly what steps to take from the moment you get home, man. I can't wait. This is going to be incredible.
I love it. Well, and you mentioned it, Gerald. I feel like, you know, and we've got some other great leadership that has came on board, and I can't wait to hear them train and do some of the things that they're you know, capable of doing. But you know, I know with Brian Bean, we're going to have what I consider to be one of the greatest trainers of all time. And you know, anybody that can make me sit down and take 13 pages of notes when he's training, and I've been in this industry for 30 years. That's pretty strong, guys. That's pretty strong, because I've seen some of the best of them. But
that's why we call him the G-Toe. He's the greatest trainer of all time.
That's right. But listen, guys, we have rambled on enough, but I can't tell you how important it is. I want to see you face to face. COVID, I know we've still got little glimpses here and there, but for the most part, we don't have to worry about that. Okay. We can get out there and we can go enjoy each other, have some fun, spend time together, and you'll find out that Ndamo and I are not your typical CEO and president of a company. We're not going to be hiding behind the stage. We're going to be out there having fun with you guys, because that's the part we love about this business. It's you guys. It's being able to spend time with you and the relationships we get to develop. And so I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. But listen, love you guys. Greatly appreciate all the effort that you're putting in, what you're doing to make this company so phenomenal, and what you're doing to grow your own businesses, because we really do want you to live the life of your dreams. And I know you can do it here. I know you can. This is, to me, your best shot to make it happen in this economy. And we're here to support you. So appreciate you guys a bunch. You'll have a great night. Let's go have a great rest of the week. And Dom, what do you got to say?
Well, number one, we'll see you in Vegas, but we got a cool little video to send this out to everybody. Could say, you can watch this, and then we'll be done. So good night, everyone. But watch this video,
night, guys.
Are you ready for the greatest recognition experience in the history of MWR? I'm Sonia N. Williams, Chief Marketing Officer for MWR Financial. And if my history is any indication as to what's to come, then you're in for one fabulous ride.
This is your exclusive invite to the MWR Awards happening at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, September the 17th through the 18th during the MWR National Transformation Convention. This is your chance to walk across the big stage, be recognized for your outstanding achievements while growing your business. Now is the time to shoot for MVP status or hit your next rank, because when you do, you will secure your spots in history and in Las Vegas. Visit MakeWealthRealEvents.com and purchase your tickets today.